Hello everyone, I would like to show you today what happened on the chart. So, our previous video, I was telling you this is the range high, range low, and we are consolidating over here. As you can see, we had this volume range profile over here on Ethereum. We were trying to break above. I told you that we will come back to POC to test it, and we were trying to hold this POC in the middle of the range as support. We did exactly as I told you that we will look for the reaction from the range high, and you can see we had this 30-minute candle which was indicating that there is a lot of sellers around this area. We did a heavy pullback to that downside, then we did a pullback to the upside, and we started printing lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Here is the classical manipulation when you make the low and you print the higher high comparing to this high, okay? And then you come back to the to the market structure, which is bearish. And as you can see, we broke below the range low, we break below, we retested, and we moved down. So now we can change our volume to this candle, and we can see that the highest volume node is around 2118. The closest liquidations are over here, so just to feel the local inefficiencies of the market. We have also some liquidations around value area low and POC. It doesn't have that much liquidity, but it is like a magnet. So what can happen is, since we already breaking down, we still have a lot of liquidity below us. We have this liquidity pool, we just tapped it. We have another liquidity pool over here. Let's see what I said. Then the next liquidity pool is very far. It's 1880. So it's very far from the current price action. And as I told you before, we had this liquidity pool over here. Yes, and you see this moved down. So it means shorters are adding to their positions, so their liquidation price is moving lower. If they start to add more to their short positions, this liquidity pool can even move over here or even lower. It really does matter what they will do with leverage. So it's very simple. There is no trade over here. The market makers, it's also weekend, so we need to be aware. At the moment, the only thing I see is inverted head and shoulders pattern over here. As you can see, this can usually indicate the move to the upside, but we need to remember that the size of this move is usually the length of this, so we can try to assume the length of this move. If we break above, it will sit exactly at value area low of the previous volume range. So you can see this was very nice support. We lost it, so now we can wait for the back test of 2105. It's really nice. It takes out the psychological level 2100, so we can maybe assume that we will hit this level. We can even mark this value area low here. Let's make it let's do it like this. We can mark it white, value area low, previous range. So if we come back here, we see a reaction, then we can try to entertain a short position, and from this low it's already 2.5%. So most of the leverage, which is around 50x, will be liquidated, 100x, 200, 400. So this is quite good place. I'm not saying we will go there. If we will come there, then we can maybe expect a really nice short position from here. So preferably it will look like this, that if we have to hold this low, we will need to come back. Maybe we'll see some rejection, then come back, maybe even retest, and then going here. and we need to wait and see what will happen. Maybe we will even squeeze a little bit higher, then come back, and boom. This is the short position trigger, over here, but we need to be aware that it might squeeze higher, so we need to wait. If we get inside, then we go back. We can entertain short here with a very short invalidation. We can move our invalidation a little bit higher, but I wouldn't hold these longs forever. It's way too risky over here. With the long trade, let's see on the higher time frame, what do we have here? We can mark this area as the potential support. This can be a really nice, as you can see, it's right around the last liquidity pool, which is before breaking this low, and we don't have that much liquidity, especially on this chart to the downside. Let's maybe also check where it sits, the golden pocket. Okay, so now we lost the equilibrium of the move, because equilibrium of the move is over here, so we lost it. Now the next zone of the support is over here, $2018 and below 2K psychological level onto the daily order blocks. So it looks pretty nice over here for a long position. So we can maybe, since we are quite close to it, they might not even come back to test the value area low. They can just go here and have some fun, maybe even lose it, then come back, and once they are back above this level, I will open a long with the invalidation below. But also very crucial is when it will happen. Like if it happens over the weekend, I will be really cautious. Preferably it can happen around Asian session on Monday, so this will be much more interesting to me to open a long position then. Let's see on the BTC chart. This was more clear. Second. Okay, yes. This is the same situation as on the Ethereum. Let's see, where is our volume? Okay. Let's see what happened here. So on my lives, I told you that I'm closing my long positions around this area, because this was the highest volume node from this previous range. And as you can see, it was really nice reaction from this area, 78,100, 200. This was the area for closing the longs. And if you are more risk taker, you could take a short over here. But if you don't want to, if you want to wait for the really nice setup, here we came back inside, we didn't get the retest, we get above, we get below, and we here got a retest, right? This was the first retest of the range high, this one. So you could take a short over here with a stop loss above the local high. So the risk you would be taking is 0.5%, so not that much. And we were targeting at least the range low. So if we want to see how it stands, we can see that risk to reward was 4 to 3, so 4.3 to 1. So it was really nice trade. This was also really nice entry for the short, because this 30-minute candle, it was really nice. You can see the power of the ranges. Look at this close, it was amazing. And if you took a short over here, you could even put, once the candle closes, you could either move the stop loss here or even above this 30-minute candle. Like if we see a candle like this, we can assume it will hold, it will not be taken out. Here was 16 to 1 risk to reward. So this is for the people who like to go with the very high positions and very short invalidation. This is also possible, but you always need to be very patient, okay? Because here you could take a short, we swept the high, you could put the stop loss, it will be taken out, okay? But in trading, we look for the probabilities. We cannot win every trade. We just need to wait and see what the chart is going to show us, tell us. We don't want to gamble with our money. So yes, so we broke out of this range. We broke out from the price range and also volume range. Now the value area low of this range comes over here. So this is the same as on Ethereum. If we come back and retest it, it can be really nice short position. From the local high, let's see how it stands with the Fibonacci as well. Maybe we will first take out this low, then we move over here. Let's see. But we don't want to predict the future. We want to predict the future based on the charts, not what we want to see. Yeah. The equilibrium of the whole move comes at around value area low, but also value area low is very close to the POC. So we need to mark this down as well, because it can weak to POC previous range. So we can see we have a lot of clusters of liquidations over here. We also broke down, I mentioned it to you on the previous live stream as well, that this gray box, which starts over here, 76.557, 82.5, it was really important for me because we just took out the liquidity above this box. And here it was looking like maybe we will stay for some time, but since we broke down, also very important for me will be retest of this box. So this comes at 676,500. There is also value area low, POC, equilibrium of the move. At the moment it might change because we need to wait where the Bitcoin will find the support. And yes, so this is it. So the next trade probably will be short from around this area. This area is very interesting for a short, very interesting. If you are looking for, but first of all, I wouldn't preset this short, okay? I wouldn't preset this short because your invalidation for this short without watching for the reaction is at least 78.2k, okay? And we don't know even where we can target it at the moment. Let's take a look at the chart. Let's take a look at the chart. Here we have a really nice big order block. This one, or this is the order block. So we can mark this on our chart. I will today clean this chart a bit because it's too messy at the moment, too messy. So this order block starts at 73k. It's really nice, and there is a lot of liquidity over here, as you can see. Let's see what is here. Also previous resistance, you can see this is the previous resistance we created on the weekly chart. Those weeks we closed inside in this candle, but here we broke above. We even retested it with this candle. Let's see. Okay, so looking at this, and it's very strange that Bitcoin is very weak and the whole cryptocurrency market is weak comparing to the traditional stock market. So as you can see, we are losing all the supports on the way. We didn't hold any of the support. We lost the support. We retested as the resistance. Now we are in the support area. We are still holding it on a daily candles, and we need to see what will happen over here, because it doesn't look that promising at the moment. Let's see, maybe some anchored VWAPs. Yeah, this was also a really nice short of the fair value gap over here. So basically, if you look at the higher time frame, we are all the time printing new lows, okay? And whenever people are getting bullish here or here, we are just coming back to fill the inefficiencies on the higher time frame. This is what we are doing at the moment. So this shows us very big weakness in the charts. And this, you can see, I mentioned this gray box. The other gray box is over here, and we had a really nice reaction from it. You can even see here the other gray box. We squeezed above, we retested as support, and we moved up. So we can wait for the reaction over here if we see any, but I'm not sure we will hold this area. We might. This is at really nice level, 73,800, but you will see, maybe we will go on to this order block. But as I mentioned before, I'm still waiting for lower prices to come. I would like Bitcoin in the long run to revisit sub 50k levels, take out those lows, this liquidity, maybe come into this this range to retest it. Let's see maybe what we have over here. This is the area I'm interested in to long for a long for the swing trade. Okay, let's see over here. Yeah, so the POC sits at 43,687. So I will also tell you something about the sentiment. Okay, when we were at 120k, 126k, everyone here was telling me that they are bullish. I was bearish at this time over here. We even shorted the high. Okay, it's very simple. On this whole way down, I was telling that we are already in the bear market, and we will be until probably October this year. But everyone was still thinking the all-time high is coming soon. I'm keeping my own decisions, and I'm not changing them. So I was telling that we will drop to around this area, and I still do believe we will drop over here. So now, since we saw some bearish movement, the people who were before were screaming for 200k, now they are telling me we are going to 32k. Okay, and in my opinion, these people will not see those prices, and they will miss the move to the upsides. Because if we even take a look from the high to this area, it's very nice discount. It's 65%. Bitcoin likes to do even 75%. Let's say 75. Okay, in the bear market, it sits at around 32k, 31,500. Okay, but the thing is, people are forgetting that Bitcoin is getting more institutionalized. So there is more money which is buying when it goes up, and there is more money which is selling when it goes down, and there is also more money waiting on each of these levels to fill their bags for on the spot market to hold it for a very long time. Okay, and Bitcoin is the asset which is now is connected to traditional markets, but it's also living on its own, I so call it. So we are printing new highs on US 500, on Nasdaq, but Bitcoin is living its own life. Okay, we have some alerts. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, we are breaking the low again. Yeah, as you can see, we broke the low. Here. Okay, yeah. So at the moment, it's not the worst place to try long. You can see this 1 minute candle. Whoa. You can see this 1 minute candle. It's really nice. Just give me a second. Maybe I think maybe I will open a long here. Let's see. But this is not financial advice, okay? This is not financial advice. I don't want anyone to tell me it is a financial advice, because it's not. It's not financial advice. Let me try to entertain a long. Okay. I will open some small long over here. Let's give it a try. It's really nice. We swept the low. Again, it might go really nice. Let's see. Okay, so I'm in a long trade, but I don't have the stop loss as of now. If I see a break below and I don't see very fast and sharp coming back, and then I will close it manually. We can try to. This is very small trade, okay? This is not financial advice for any, just educational purposes only. And we can wait and see what is going to happen over here. And now if we swept this low, okay, so it can be like a double bottom pattern. We can maybe then slowly work on the way to come back to value area low. So we can maybe move slowly and reject here again, then come back. And I would like to see what is going to happen over here. Oh, we are breaking the low again. That was fast. That was really fast. I see. That's why I told you don't trust the weekend price action. It's luckily very small position, so I'm not even stressing myself. Let's see how this candle close, because the thing is we also changed that. It's the new 30-minute candle. Okay, so you have the sweep of the low, and then you have the sweep on the next 30-minute candle, and sometimes it might work, but as I said, it's the weekend price action, so I don't trust this. Let's see. Let's see. Set an alert here. So you see we closed below this. It's not looking great at the moment. It's not great. We will see. I'll set the alert here, and I want to show you something on WorldCoin. Okay, so with WorldCoin, interesting thing is this is the key level for me, which I'm monitoring. So WorldCoin is the worst coin of all. It's printing new lows and new lows all the time. New lows, new low, new low, new low, new low. But it will squeeze at some point, right? It will squeeze at some point. Market makers will be waiting for this liquidity to the upside. So here we can also think of it as the range. And for me, this is the low of the range. Now it's over here. This will be like the range, and the high of the range would be here. So we can expect to take out the liquidity of 32 cents. Okay, this is what I'm watching at the moment. This one was taken here, but it's way too close. And what we can do here, since this level is crucial for me and we broke inside, this might look like a very big rejection, but it might be made on purpose to trick a lot of shorters into shorting this level. What you can see over here is that we have fair value gap, and this is very good fair value gap because this candle pushed the very big amount of liquidity over here. So we can have really nice long from this area, but for the swing trade we should put the stop loss below the low. So we need to be very careful with the sizing of the position. We can target at least this high, which gives us 2-to-1 risk to reward. It's good enough for the swing trade at the moment, but we can even see, let's try to look for some maybe Fibonacci over here. We will try to find something. This was like the local high. Yeah, half equilibrium of the move is around those highs. Yeah, it might be good, but I'm monitoring WorldCoin for some time, and I want to see first what will happen around this area. It sits really nice around the range high over here, So for me, it will be enough to take a long position from here to there. I had the long position from over here. I closed when I saw the rejection, and I was trying to catch a long over here, but it was very tricky. I will show you. So it was looking very, very bad. I opened long somewhere around this area, but when I saw the break below this low, I just cut on it because I was not sure what is going to happen. Okay, so I missed this whole move up, but it's not bad. We can still catch some of this move. As you can see, even equilibrium and golden pocket is sitting around the fair value gap, so it might be a really nice long trade, but I want to see drop below and very fast recovery. Okay, because I want to hold 0.264. I want to really see a hold of this level. This is very important for me. And also you need to be very careful with the sizing. Okay, this is still, we need to remember we are in a bear market. This is very manipulated coin, so we don't want to hold it. And let's see what is happening with our trade on, yeah, you see, it's really nice. I told you. So basically what happened, we had this low, we had the first move up. Everyone was like, okay, let's go, let's do it, let's buy it in, let's set the stop loss below the low. They took out the low, now they break again on the next candle, and now maybe we can see this, what I showed you over here. So first it will look very bullish at the moment, then they will slow down, they will trick some shorts, and they will be probably squeezing them up until this area. And then it's really important to see what is going to happen over there. If I see a really nice rejection, I will try to take a short to take out 74k psychological level onto the gray box I mentioned for you before. So I'm in a long trade now, which I took with you live. If I see a really nice rejection over here, and maybe you can even squeeze higher, I will probably take a short, or I will just hedge my long. Okay, so I don't need to close my longs, I can just hedge it with a short. I will probably double on size, and then I will have a stop loss in break even. Once we come here, the stop loss break even will be initiated, but my shorts from the high will be running. First take profit will be over here, and then second one over here, and I will leave some back if we will want to drop slightly lower. So just to wrap up, I'm currently in the long, not financial advice. If I see a nice rejection here for a short trade, I will entertain it. Of course, I will not have a stop loss that wide. I will then move it closer. When I see the first move down, I will probably move this stop loss maybe above those highs. So I will try to limit my risk to reward, and we will see. That's it from my side. Thank you so much for joining, for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I will be creating shortly the Telegram group when I will be posting my updates. I will also give you some free knowledge, maybe even some course if I will have time to finalize this. And enjoy. Thank you so much.